All Rizzy, all right, get busy all night. This is I Eat the Booty. It's been a couple years since I made a video like this, so I made a brand new channel dedicated specifically to this game. So this is Ant Legion, of course. If you're watching this, you probably already know who the hell I am. Sorry if you're not used to my voice. I know you probably imagined me to be a little bit different. But today we are going to go over commander talents. Keep in mind, I'm tipsy is a little bit booty today, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna go over commander talents. And so like first off, right? So you click right here in the top left corner. I'm sure that you can see. We're gonna click that. We're gonna go to the bottom left corner. We're gonna click talents. And you are going to see that right now I am completely on combat talents. So basically, if you do not have VIP 10, and I cannot stress this enough, if you do not have VIP 10, all of your commander talents should be on combat 100% of the time. So for example, with my account, at least with my primary account, I am a range account. So always keep in mind, range beats haste, haste beats melee, and melee beats range. So whatever your primary troop type is, in my case range, you need to keep in mind what your vulnerability is. My vulnerability is melee. Therefore, my secondary troop type is going to counter my vulnerability. So therefore, my secondary troop type is going to be haste. So when I do this, okay, you're going to see I did melee soldier attack because you have literally no choice. At that point, you can choose between melee soldier defense or melee soldier HP. It literally doesn't matter. Pick one, random, whatever. Do not do both. When it comes to this, your goal is to go all the way down. You don't want to fill up like all of the mover attack, all the haste soldier attack, all of the range. You don't do that. You go one line all the way down. So I go melee soldier HP, march speed, emergency recall. Because I'm ranged, I focus on range. If you're haste, or if you're honestly, if you're melee, you want to focus on range because your counter will be range. But if you're a haste account, you would focus on haste. Then you go to march cap, and then it's melee or haste, completely depending. Because my secondary is haste, I go with haste all the way down, go to mass march, and then I get to range, so I go there. Mover, do not upgrade a mover. Mover is something you want to avoid like the plague. You can upgrade them 100%, focus 100%, and they will die 100% of the time. Movers are specifically for gathering. They are not to be used in war. When I say that you need to have a main march of troops, that is not talking about movers. Movers should be 0% of your main march. Your main march should be, honestly, whatever your primary troop type is, that should be your main march. But if you can't accomplish that right now, then it should be a mix of melee, haste, and range. It should have absolutely 0 movers because they are worthless. They're good for gathering, but you only want level 1. When you're finally at like 100 million power, then go with your highest level movers. At that point, right now, go with T1. It doesn't matter. They're going to be useful. I personally do not have any movers on my accounts at all. Not my main account, not my farm accounts. But anyways, we're going to go back through this. I have range here, march cap, melee. Once again, it's split up between melee, HP, and defense. Literally doesn't matter. Choose one. And then I'm down to Lucky Survivor. So Lucky Survivor, if you don't know, what that does is it increases, like when you attack somebody and you have like actual casualties, at the level that I am at, 5% of my casualties are healable. So that is incredibly handy. You can also get that in research. Super, super useful. It is also so like, so minimal that it kind of ish doesn't matter. But like, especially when you have higher tier troops, this can save you a lot of time. Because like, I have T9, so like, if I train, I think it's like 1,500 troops, it takes me 19 hours. So if I lose 100 troops and I can actually or if I lose 1,000 troops and I can heal 100 of those, that saves me a good amount of time. That's a couple hours. So anyways, down to haste. Eventually, when I continue past this, I'm going to choose either Haste Soldier defense or HP. Literally, once again, doesn't matter. If you attack somebody, check your battle report. You can see what you are lacking in, because haste is my secondary. So if, for example, let's say that my Haste Soldier defense is higher than my Haste Soldier health, then for this I will choose Haste Soldier health. It just kind of depends per account. It depends on what like gear, genes, cells, totems that you've upgraded. So yeah, it completely depends. Also, kind of ish doesn't matter, but it kind of ish does. So you'll hopefully from this video just understand that. Then I'll go March Speed, Range Soldier Attack, and then I'll choose either Range Soldier Defense or Range Soldier HP, depending on what I'm lacking in my battle reports. Sorry for the cars driving by. March Cap again. Field First Aid. Honestly, I haven't seen that before. In battles, transforms. Ooh, okay, that's kind of nice. So this is really, really good if you're doing something like the Stump event. You would use this talent during the Stump event because it'll increase. It'll add like a 30%. Because like during Stump, 75% of your troops that are lost are healable. This adds 30% on top of that. That does not mean 100%. That is 30% applied to the 75%. I am not a mathematician. I'm not good at math. I'm not going to be able to tell you the exact like overall percentage that'll be, but it'll probably be somewhere around like 82%. Somewhere around there is just my like guess. Mover attack, unfortunately, you would have to do that. This is as your commander gets better and better and better. All army attack, that's good stuff. One of the things I can say is when it comes to army stats, so let's go ahead and take a look at a battle report here. Yeah, I got some defeats. Okay, I had a big guy hit me in Spore Metal, so don't judge me. All right, here's one that I won from him. It was a half-ass march by him. So if you look at my stats where it says Defender here, you will see the top 3 stats: Army Attack, Army Defense, Army HP. If you look at his is 215, 204, 167. Mine is 168, 100, and 122. Now let's pretend that his Haste Soldier was lower. Okay, let's say that he didn't have great stats there. He still has me beat with the Army Attack, Army Defense, and Army HP. These are often going to be the 3 smallest stats that you have, but they are also by far the most influential. They are severely neglected by the majority of people, and that is why even if they attack somebody who has, like, let's say that you're a range account, and you attack somebody who is a range account, and your range stats are better than theirs, they may still win because their overall army attack, army defense, and army HP is going to be higher. That affects all of their troops evenly. I have literally had somebody who had 1,000 army attack, 1,000 army defense, 1,000 army HP, and then all of their troop stats, like, you know, like melee attack, melee soldier, defense, melee soldier HP, range attack, range defense, range HP, haste attack, haste defense, haste HP. All of those were 100%. They were almost non-existent. And she beat my fucking ass. I can't elaborate enough. The reason she did that was because she focused on her army stats. And she murked me. It was great. I loved that. That was absolutely awesome and phenomenal. She is a boss. So the reason I say to get VIP 10 is like I showed you my my current like talent setup. So VIP 10, if you see right here where I'm selecting, you can see this green book in the bottom right. So we'll click that. Okay, so you can see I have my talents here: emergency recall, I've got mass march. But if you see next to this word use, you'll see this little icon. I can click that. I can select different talent settings. So my first talent setting is going to be combat. My second is going to be for like troop training. My third is going to be for gathering and for like building and doing research. So we're going to go ahead and switch to the middle one, which, like I said, is going to be for troop training, also for like stamina regeneration. We're going to go back to troop talents, or commander talents, I'm sorry. This is set to balanced. Same thing. You follow one train. Now the thing is when you're fighting, okay, and this is incredibly important because a lot of people will focus on your healing cap here and your healing speed. I'm not saying that they're useless. It's just if you're actually in battle, you should not be in this talent reset. So your healing pool cap and your healing speed are not necessarily going to be beneficial, because I will be attacking everybody with my combat preset, because you get insane bonuses for that. So here, when I go here, I focus on training speed, vault stamina. Of course, stamina is amazing. Trap attack, literally pointless. When it comes to your research, your trap defense research should be the last research you do. The only reason you upgrade that is because you have literally nothing else to upgrade until you upgrade your academy or research building, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, so I went trap attack because I had to. I went trap HP because it literally doesn't matter which one I choose. They're both garbage. Traps are completely pointless. They will do literally nothing for you. So trap maker, once again, pointless. Cost reduction. So if you don't know this talent, it actually reduces the resources necessary to train your troops. Super beneficial. Predator hunter, nice. Trap HP, pointless. Once again, on the left side, we have healing pool cap, 100% pointless. We have healing speed. That can be useful because I can switch to this talent when I'm healing my troops and reduce the percentage. Training cap is nice, but because the healing pool cap is useless, I would rather focus on training speed here. Entrance defense, that is actually handy. Not completely though. Because the upside and downside of your entrance defense is, let's say that you have, like me, you have 200 million resources open. If somebody attacks my farm 8 times, my farm randomly teleports away. That's because of its entrance defense being lower than my main. With my main account, it could probably be like 16 times, and then my main account will randomly teleport away. So once again, we get down here to where it's trap HP, trap attack, trap defense. Literally none of this matters. Choose one of them, and that way you can get to the vault protection. I don't think that's completely useful either, but the goal here is to get to heal now. So heal now will instantly heal 10% of wounded soldiers in the healing pool free of charge. Super useful, literally at any event, especially Stump, because when you the higher you get, the higher level troops you have, like T9 for example. If I hunt a predator, like a new level predator, and it wounds 900 of my T9, that is 3 hours of healing for 9 hours of T9. That is absolutely insane. So during the Stump event, it'll be even worse if you use your higher level troops, which is why more developed states will use T1, T2, T3 specifically for the Stump event. So you still have your little battles, your stats are still applied, but your losses don't really matter, and you can heal them incredibly quick. So it's just kind of like an understandable thing where like 2 states go against each other and they just say, hey, we're not going to use anything higher than level T3. Your T3 beats my T3, then you win. It's as simple as that. And then, keep going down to the Pointless Trap Maker and Stamina Regeneration 2, absolutely fantastic. Look at that one, that's 20% on its own once you get it maxed out. 20% stamina regeneration, fucking fantastic. So, here's my thing. This is why I recommend everybody that you save all of your diamonds until the diamond event. On the diamond event, you want to make sure that, for example, let's go to the diamond shop here. We're going to go to war. You can see I have 70 24-hour shields. I will not be getting more shields the next time that we have a diamond event. And what I recommend is make sure you have at least 20 shields. If you have 20 shields, they're 24 hours, that should last you 20 days. The diamond event comes around once every 2 weeks. That's 14 days. So if you make sure that you have 20 shields, let's say that our server goes completely violent and that we cannot trust the current top alliance because we currently cannot trust them. They are pieces of shit. So let's say that happens and you have to shield every single day. If you have 20 shields, you are guaranteed to be able to stay shielded for 14 days and you will still have 6 shields left over. So then at the next diamond event, you can re-up, make yourself have 20 more shields, and then whatever diamonds you have left over, go to your VIP. Because when you have your VIP, not only can you have these talent presets that I have, but you can actually change them for free without having to pay 1,000 diamonds. I'm doing it right now. No diamonds being spent. Until VIP 10, you have to spend 1,000 diamonds. You can get 2 presets before then at VIP 9, but they are essentially useless because you either have to go to like the Alliance store and purchase a talent reset item, or you have to spend 1,000 diamonds. Either way, it is incredibly pricey. It is far better that you go to the Alliance shop. We go to shop, we go to, not war, I'm sorry. We go to Misk. And we stock up on direct teleports. So, and this is something I'm going to cover later on in a video, the next conquest video. But you see how I have random relocates and I have direct relocates. You need more direct relocates than anything. But 4 random relocates is what I have right now. That is great. And I'm going to somewhat explain this right now. But let's say that you're doing the conquest event. It doesn't matter what size you are. If you are me or if you're level 20 with 20 million power. Okay? You're out there and you're hitting somebody. And a big ass account pops up next to you. So what you do at that point, if you think you can take that big ass account in like a split decision, you know you can take them. What you do, since you should already be in combat, so I'm going to switch to combat, you use your emergency recall. If you think you can take that account, let's say that you're level 22 at 22 million power, and the person that's attacking you is a 23 at 25 million power. That is worth hitting. Like, let them absorb their ants, eat them, munch them up. Okay, do it. You use your emergency recall. Within 3 seconds, all of your army will be home. Let them hit you. Okay, so after they hit you, let's say, for example, let me find a random ass account. So I am this account, for example. Okay, this little fox no name. All right, so I am this account. Okay, and you see this level 7 here? That is the big ass account that teleported next to me. So this account teleports next to me. Okay, I am currently attacking, for example, our alliance. Okay, I'm hitting Iceman. Okay, my march is out. So what I do is I do emergency recall. I bring my troops home. I let this level 7 hit me once. After it hits me once, I will teleport to a random spot. For example, this spot right here. Teleport here, go relocate, go boom, use my direct teleport. Immediately after using my direct teleport, that is when you already have things set up here to your Misk. So like, let's see, for example, I will go down, here's my random relocate and direct relocate. So you see where this position is on my screen. I'm going to back out. Okay, now I'm going to go back in. I'm going to click bag. And guess what's right there? Random relocate. So the level 7, let's pretend that it's a higher account than me. It hits me. I use my emergency recall. I absorb that one hit. Win or lose, doesn't matter. I immediately click this spot, relocate, boom, relocate. That way, if they send a secondary march, it is instantly invalid. It will not affect me. If you were to use a random relocate and they sent a secondary march, the moment that you use that random relocate, their march is going to hit you instantly. But if you use a direct relocate to a very close spot, it makes that current march invalid. Once you get to that spot, let's say that I'm already right here, that's when you go bag, random relocate. I don't know if I'm going to click this and it's going to do it. Okay, yeah. So, and then you click OK, and then you will randomly relocate. The reason I suggest this is if you personally can use a direct relocate to a logical spot where you think you are safe, that is the exact same logical spot they will think you went to. Whatever you think logically, other human beings will think logically. If you choose a random teleport that a computer generation gives you, then you're going to be random and it's going to be more difficult to find you. Do I even have a shield right now? Let me go ahead and see. All right, so I have no shield, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just attack this guy, right? So look at this hammer right here. Whoop. look at this hammer. Okay, so I'm going to click on it. You see War Zeal. Okay, so War Zeal has to do with your queen level. The higher your queen level, the more your War Zeal. Now, this can be super beneficial during war because it boosts your attack. But what it also does is it prevents you from shielding. So if you're doing Conquest, and I'm going to just go ahead and attack this guy. If you're doing Conquest and you attack somebody, you have War Zeal. Now, for me, for example, it's 15 minutes. So that means if I launch an attack, somebody hops up next to me. I have 15 minutes before I can shield. So the goal is to use that random teleport and to hide the fuck out for 15 minutes so you can throw up a shield. Because if they're a bigger account, whether you won or lost, you're going to lose troops. You're going to have to heal. At that point, you are out of the game until you have your full march back. You look at the battle report, you understand what happened, and you understand what you can take from here on out. So anyways, my point here is mainly to explain commander talents. And to elaborate on why I suggest going combat, full combat, when you don't have VIP 10. I for some reason attack not in, oh no, I'm in combat. But the reason that I suggest that you go full combat is because it's going to help you in arena. It's going to help you in other events. I know that a lot of people like to mix it and be like, oh, I'm going to put 5 here, I'll put 5 here, I'll put 5 here, I'll unlock Produce Now. So look at these benefits here. So here, Building Mastery, you get a 5% boost. That is pointless. That is worthless. That does not benefit you. If we go all the way down more, Build Mastery 2, max that out, that's 5%. That gives you a total of 10% boost. Now we go further, Quick Build. This is 20% reduction on your building. The further you go down the line, the more benefits you get. If you focus on unlocking as many of the first talents as possible, you are getting the least amount of benefits possible. That is worthless. You focus on one talent, combat. Here, we get a 5% boost to melee. Here, we get a 5% boost to melee health. Here, we get our march speed 5%. Here, we get emergency recall. Here, we get 5% to range soldier attack. Here, 5% to range soldier defense. Here, we get 5% to range soldier health. Individually, they are worthless. Together, they are powerful. March cap, awesome. This is going to help you hit higher level predators. Here, Haste Soldier attack, 10%. Haste Soldier defense, 10%. Haste Soldier health, 10%. Then we got the Mass March, also great during events. Also will help you unlock higher level predators when you're hunting them. March speed, 5%. That's a total of 10% on march speed. Here, Range Soldier attack, 10%. Range Soldier defense, 10%. Range Soldier health, 10%. Then we go to March cap, 5,000. That is great. Melee Soldier attack, 10%. Melee Soldier defense, 10%. Lucky Survivor, that's 5%. Then we go to Haste Soldier attack. That is max 10%. Yeah, 10%. If you focus on one specific tree, you will get the higher benefits. Combat specifically will give you better rewards in every event. So I know that like you want to focus on your stamina regeneration. You want to focus on Hunter Mastery. Hunter Mastery is honestly completely pointless until we get to the point where everybody has 5 marches. When everybody has 5 marches with good specialized ants, all of these marches having specific types to them. Like, for example, if we look here at my marches, Occupy, the first one, okay, it's hidden right now because I had them attacking, but that is my range march. Okay, so that is all range. My heroes here, the reason you can't see them is because they are all range. All of my troops here are all range. That is why it says right here, range. This one is haste. All my specialized ants are haste. All of my soldiers are haste. This one is melee. All of my specialized ants are melee. Even though it's my weakest troop, it is still nice to separate it and have it. Because what if I'm going against somebody who happens to be like a haste account, and their secondary is going to be range, or whatever they choose. They should go melee. But anyways, let's say that their secondary is range. I'm going to attack them with this. I have a high probability of still winning. Then I have my extra. This is just random ass soldiers I have left over. A lot of T1, a lot of random ass stuff. 5 I don't have unlocked yet. The point is here is we could have one person whose primary is haste join, because they are haste and they are attacking. For example, let's find a predator nest. And I will show you a good example here. I'm covering way more topics than I wanted to cover, but I think it's a good idea. So we're going to go ahead and scout this. And believe it or not, you can actually scout a predator nest. I currently have not found a actual use for this. So whenever it finishes, we're going to go ahead, look at battle reports. Where's it going to be in Predator? It is going to be in Predator. So we see here, they have even numbers of melee, ranged, haste, and movers. So the thing is, let's say that like Topher, who is a haste account, launches a rally against level 32. So he is primarily going to kill the melee troops. That is what is vulnerable to haste. So I am range. So when I join, I am going to primarily kill the haste troops. Then we need somebody else to join who is melee. They're going to primarily kill the ranged troops. That would be like David, for example. So if all three of us join, I'm going to kill 100% of the haste. David is going to kill 100% of the ranged. Topher is going to kill 100% of the melee. That's 3 slots out of the, 6 slots for doing a rally. That's 100% victory right there on a level 32. No problem at all. So here's the thing, okay? So we launch. I launch one rally. Topher launches another rally. David launches another rally. We all join each other, okay? And we will join with like our secondaries. So like Topher, he's haste, so his secondary will be melee, which means he will kill the range. With mine, I am range. So in my primary, I will kill the haste. But my secondary is going to be haste, which is going to kill the melee. So I will join somebody who needs someone who needs to kill the melee. So you have 5 people create rallies. Everybody joins with their 5 marches. We get 100% victory on every single one of these 5 rallies. We can do that within 5 minutes. That is where that talent, I'm going to go here, that is where that Hunter Mastery talent comes into place. Because you see, within 10 minutes, this will reduce the stamina cost when hunting predators nest by 20%. If you are using this on 1 or 2 rallies, it is essentially worthless. I'm not saying it isn't beneficial. It's just not. It's not much. If you launch 5 rallies in the matter of 30 seconds, you join all 5 of those rallies, and then you do it again once those rallies complete. Now you have done 10 rallies with that. That is why I have been trying to point out to everybody that they need to train more troops. We have a lot of people who do not have even a single march of battle troops, meaning just haste, range, and melee. Specifically, a single march of your primary troop is what is most important, okay? And then you want a single rally of your secondary and a single rally of, or a single march of your third. That is what is preferred. And then you can go mix marches from there. It kind of doesn't matter because your specialized ants are already going to be used up. So it's just blah, blah, blah after that. But you want one of all 3 of your primary, which is why I have range, haste, and melee here. Even though melee is completely my weakest, it is horrifyingly soft. It still does damage though. I just used it in Spore Meadow and I went against people who are range and I beat their ass. Even though my stats are like 200%, which is the same as my farm account stats for their primary. Okay, and my farm accounts are incredibly neglected. So the point here, once again, is that your combat talents, or your commander talents, whatever you want to call them, should be set to combat until you get VIP 10. The reason for this is because when you do events, when you do arena, when you do all this other stuff, you will get more speed ups. You will get more resources. If you spread everything out evenly, sure, you're going to get instant resources, but they will be less. You know, like, because, what is it? Economy. You got your produce now. If you have all your resource buildings completely maxed, maybe you're going to get 800,000 resources every 8 hours. But if you do your combat talents, you will do better in all of your events, and you will get millions of resources rather than 800,000. In that's literally the most optimal position is 800,000. You're most likely not going to get that 800,000. You're most likely going to get like 100,000 or 200,000. You're balanced. You're not going to be able to hit and destroy higher level predator rallies. So why does it matter to have this where it's going to save you on possibly 2 rallies and maybe save you 5 stamina? That doesn't make any sense. Focus on your combat. Do that. On the diamond events where you get rewards for spending diamonds, focus specifically on VIP. We'll click obtain points. For 5,000 points, it's 4.9k diamonds. I know that's only a savings of 100 diamonds. But when you're doing this and you're getting 100,000 VIP points, that adds up in the end. So your goal is save up your diamonds, focus on getting this 5k for 4.9k, and you're going to save more. You're going to grow much quicker this way. This is definitely more beneficial. So this video ended up being a lot longer than I expected. I do apologize for that. I think it's at 32 minutes, honestly, by the time I end this. So I do apologize for it. It's a lot of information. Hopefully this is all beneficial for you. Once again, this is I Eat the Booty, server 506. If anybody wants to join us, if you're not from our server, go ahead and join us. We definitely need more people. The server is basically dead at this point. But anyways, have a great day. How do I stop this? Oh, there we go.